On the last episode of Skybound, we built ourselves a super smelter and covered the island in buildings. We went to the final fishing lake and we discovered that the claw grab machine in the arcade will give us pets. In this episode, we built a fish museum, we got chased by baby creepers, and we defeat the Ender Dragon. At least they're the things I hope to achieve this episode. I've just recorded that and I've not actually done anything yet. Yep, absolutely nothing. And for once, I've not actually done anything in between episodes. I've not even logged in since we were last here. So, where do we start? I think the first thing I want to do is clear up this area, which is actually going to involve me making 2 more buildings. Or structures of some kind, because I might not actually contain this in a building. I might just build something around it. But I do want to make a building for these. So this is a fishing pass and one of every single fish from each of the different lakes that we have been to. And I want to display them nicely in a lovely museum type building because, well, we've kept one of every single fish. Why else would we keep them if we're not going to put them on display? And we've got plenty of space over the back here, so I'll probably put something up over there, but we're also going to need to build ourselves an end portal in this episode because I have a goal to kill the dragon. I mean, we can't exactly call a series complete if we haven't even defeated the Ender Dragon and actually completed the game, right? The problem with that is we're not massively prepared. We need to get ourselves some end frame portals, which is going to take 4 netherite coins, and we've currently only got 1, which means we're going to have to spend a bunch of time at the arcade collecting more rusty coins. But as you can see, I also only have 6 levels, and I have absolutely 0 armor or anything nice like that because I keep falling off the edge of the island. You'd think with an island this big, I'd stop falling off the edge, but no, apparently I still keep finding a way. But the sun's gone down, so let's start the day off with a nap, and then we'll start planning out our fish museum. So this building is likely to need to be fairly large because we've got 10 different fishing lakes that we've been to, and each area has a good few fish that we want to do, and we also want to make sure that the walls are balanced. So how do we want to go about this? So I think for each lake, we'll just have an area like this where we can put the ticket at the top and then we can just put all the fish underneath. Some of them have only got like 2 or 3 different fish, others do have more, but I think this should enable us enough flexibility to have something that looks acceptable. I mean, hopefully we can get it looking good, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. We've barely started. So I think this is the interior layout we're going to go with. It should be fairly straightforward, as I said. If we were to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on that side and then another 5 on that side, that also leaves us a lovely wall here where we can stash our pets. On the outside, however, I am going to wrap it in another layer and another set of blocks, and that will enable me to do what I want, really, with these sort of background bits that all the frames are going to be hanging on. Oh, and we have a visitor. Excellent. You, sir. So this is what I need to buy. I need to get myself 4 sets of these end portal frames, and in fact, visiting him has just reminded me about the lucky blocks. We've got about 20 of the things that we need to open left over from the arcade last episode, but, I mean, we are going to be using the claw grab machine again later, so, Do we open them now? Yeah, let's do it. Let's go and open some. Yep, we've got 19 of them. This could be interesting. I should probably empty everything before I do this. I've decided to keep a couple of bits on me just in case. I never know really what we're going to run into over here. However, I think we're just gonna go for it and see what we get. Oh, a book. Not a bad start. Fortune 10 book, no less. Excellent. So let's crack ahead, get these open and see what we find. Overall, I'd say we got off pretty lightly again. We managed to get 4 different books that are all high level. We got a jukebox and a bunch of music discs. We got some rubbish and, well, we got some more rubbish, but we also got a stick, so, could have been worse. And this is the 3rd one of these I've got rid of in as many minutes. Let's carry on with the build, shall we? Right, that's enough of that racket. We're not done, but we are making some good progress. I just wanted to give you a bit more of an update that you can actually see, which is very hard when I do those weird montage type things. But the building is looking probably pretty much as you expected at this stage. It's pretty much just gonna be a big barn, I suppose, but we're gonna have lots of room on the upstairs, and this spider has literally been here the entire time. I think it's time he departs. So lots of room in the upstairs as well, and of course the downstairs is for our fish, and this bit here is gonna be for our pets, but I guess if we're going to have an upstairs, I'm going to need some stairs to get to the upstairs. And I have absolutely no idea where they're going to go. Although we could probably hide them in the walls somewhere. I don't even know. Hide them in the walls? What am I talking about? There's no room for that. However, what I do need to do is decide what I want to use at the top here, because I don't really know at the moment. I'm going to have a little play. We've used a lot of sandstone and other bits around here, but I want to maybe try something a little bit different. But we'll see what we can come up with. We are fairly limited on the blocks we have available to us, and as you can see, I do need to do all the texturing everywhere throughout the entire build as well. So I'm going to continue with this. The wifey is about to go to bed, which is also why I'm recording this clip now, because I can't record when she's in bed, otherwise I'll get in trouble. But that's because I'm way too loud when I record. It's my own fault, really. So let's crack on with the build, and I'll bring you back in, hopefully, once we've got this looking a little bit more complete, and we may even have the fish up on the inside. Who knows? Thankfully, that didn't take as long as I was expecting, and I think we're pretty much there, at least on the outside. I could do with a few details around the front here, but the building itself is looking pretty good, and ties in once again nicely with the rest of the structures we've got around here. On the inside, would you believe it? I actually managed to put the stairs in the walls, by which I mean I just snuck in a ladder. There wasn't really anywhere else for it, so, well, that's just what we went with. It's fine. We're probably not going to use the upstairs anyway. I mean, it's not like we've used them anywhere else, is it? Let's be honest. We've got about 3 or 4 different upstairs here now we can use if we wanted to. But more importantly, the inside of this area is now looking a lot more complete as well. I've got all the fish up on the walls for the different fishing lakes. We've got our pets here, although I do hope we're going to get some more, and I don't know why, but Dan Rob's Probs just keeps looking over that way. It's like he doesn't like me. I've also added a few other bits and bobs here as well. We've got a Dan Rob's Probs music disc, which sadly doesn't actually play at the moment, which I believe is a bug which should be getting fixed. But if you were to put that in a jukebox, there is a custom song. But as I say, it's just not currently working. So hopefully we'll get to listen to that at some point in the future. I also put a cow and a jar in here just because I think it looks cool. We have our notch apple that we got out of one of the chests. And we've got a few other bits and bobs we've found, such as Cyan Saber's cat and, of course, Gary the snail. And another mushroom, just to balance it, really, to be perfectly honest. But this spot here is going to be for the dragon egg. So I guess this is kind of just a museum of stuff and things. And that's pretty much about it. Although I think I'm going to move Gary over here on the wall. We've got some space over here, and he looks a bit better over there than he did on the table. With the museum complete, we now need to work towards getting ourselves some more netherite coins. And we need 16 of these per coin, so we've actually got enough for another one, I believe. However, we do need about another 25 or so coins at a guess. And for that, well, I guess we need to head back to the arcade, which is actually a really good thing, because I want to go use the claw grab machine a bunch as well. What? Oh my days, there's horses, there's lightning horses. What? Best deal with this situation. Oh, we're gonna die. We're gonna die at the market square. Oh geez, run away! Head forth, noble steed, to the claw machine. So we've just used about 100 of the diamond coins in total, and this is what we've managed to get, which isn't particularly awful. We did manage to get 7 of the orange prize boxes, and they are, of course, the ones with the pets, and that's ultimately what we want at this stage. Before we head off, however, I'm going to dump all of this stuff into an ender chest, and we are going to go hunt ourselves some chickens, because we still need a whole bunch of rusty coins. Well, as fun as punching chickens is, I think we've got just about enough rusty coins now, probably a few more than we actually need, which is nice, and we've also got some of these diamond coins left over. So obviously the most important question on everyone's lips right now is what's in the orange boxes, and I think we're going to find out straight away. So the first one was another pig. Oh, we've got a ghast. Let's put the ghast there. Okay, that's a little bit weird. That's a bit better. And we have a slime. Let's put the slime in. Oh, amazing. I love these things. What else did we get? Pet wither? Well, that's a terrifying thought, but I love him. And another pet wither. We'll just put him there for good measure. I mean, this one's not quite the same. It's literally just a goat. Okay, that's different. Now we've got a goat. And lastly, we have an Enderman. Okay, that is a cool wall. In fact, that actually filled up absolutely perfectly. We do have a couple of extra dans. We've got an extra wither as well, but overall, that is looking pretty cool. And I think I'm just going to remove this trapdoor. I think these pets are like my new favorite thing. Love them. Other than that, we've still got a bunch of other things to open, but it's probably all going to be junk that we don't really need at this stage in the game. But we're still going to open them, so we'll just do that over here and we can sort it out as we go. I'll let you know if I find anything interesting. Well, there wasn't anything particularly interesting, apart from this. Another bench. Besides that, we did, of course, get a whole bunch of keys, and I think we're just going to go and open loads of legendary loot keys over there as well. And of course, we've got enough rusty coins to get all the rest of the netherite coins we need for the end portal frames, which is, of course, our ultimate goal today, so we can get to the end and get rid of that dragon. On top of that, we've also got another 23 lucky blocks. But yeah, let's go do the keys first. It seems a bit safer. So in total, I have 19 legendary loot keys after crafting up what we had. We've got 1 epic and we've got 3 rare. So let's just quickly get the rare ones out of the way first. Probably won't be too much interesting in here, although there is more rusty coins there. Yep, nothing particularly exciting as expected. In the epic chest, another Eye of Ender, which is good. We can add that to our collection. Although I think we've got more than enough by this stage. And let's see what we get from all these legendary ones. Coins, apparently. Well, we got some fishing passes, which is a bit different, I suppose. Haven't seen them before, but most importantly, we actually got a power token. They are very expensive to buy, so that is very useful to have. And just a bunch of ores and a couple of other automatic things and some golden snails. But let's go get the important things that we know we need. And instead of waiting for a wandering trader, we're just going to go visit the guy down the well.
Thank you, adventurer. Thank you.
There we go. We've now got 4 of those. We've only got 7 rusty coins left over, though, so we can't get any more for any of these other goodies, but we can now get these. So we've still got these 23 lucky blocks to open as well, and before we build the end portal, I do actually want to make somewhere nice for it to go. So first thing I think we're going to do, though, is actually get these lucky blocks open. And look at that. Our goat's already making himself at home. In the world. No, there's a baby one. Oh, there's more. Well, that was quite an experience, wasn't it? Jeez. So we did manage to get some interesting stuff. We got a looting 10 book, we got a couple of turtle shell helmets, and look at this, we got the Trident of the Gods, which is just epic. In fact, I'm gonna put one of them on right now. Because, well, we've got this thing as well, which is, of course, a spawner. And, well, it's a slime spawner. So, what do I do with that? Do we need slime? We probably don't really need slime, but it's there. We're probably going to have to make it look nice at least. But we also got a Jeb sheep. We got a whole bunch of creepers, as you saw. And terrifyingly, some of them just, they're compressed. So you end up with 8 creepers and some of them are baby creepers. Yeah, that was quite terrifying. But alongside the ravagers, the spiders, the creepers, and all the other weird stuff, the rain, we even caused that, it's not been too bad. We got some okay stuff, I guess. And most importantly, we didn't die or destroy our island, which was always a risk, I guess. So with the dungeon situated pretty much in the spot where I was going to put the end portal, I guess we're going to move it around a little bit over here. And I should probably grab Jeb, actually, and put Jeb in the museum as well. Come along, Jeb sheep. Well, I guess that'll have to do, Jeb. You'll be fine just outside, right? You don't mind the rain. Now, where was I? Yes, end portal. And, of course, we need to make this look good. I don't want to get rid of it. I do want to do something with it. And I guess making it look nice and probably farming it is the thing to do. We should probably check that chest over there as well. Yep, nothing useful. Okay, fair enough. So I'm going to start building in the rain, and I'll bring you back in once, hopefully, I've got something a little bit more to show you over here. And then it'll be our final prep before the dragon fight. Well, that's already looking a lot better over here. So I've once again just kind of stuck with the same style, and I've wrapped a building around the slime spawner, dumped a bunch of slime outside, and not done too much with the inside, to be perfectly honest. I just replaced all the cobble with some glass, and it's just a slime slime observing cage box type thing. There's not really anything more to it than that. And I would do some work on the interior and turn it into a farm and all that, but we just don't need any slime. We have other priorities. Priorities that involve our tiny little end podium over here. So I didn't want to do anything too major for this because, well, at the end of the day, we just need to go through and kill the dragon. But I didn't want it looking ugly because our island over here is actually looking pretty good for a skyblock land. You wouldn't really think that this was still skyblock at this stage, really. So one last thing we need to do before we go fight the Ender Dragon is, of course, sort out some armor for ourselves. Otherwise, it's going to be a very quick fight and we're probably going to lose. So although we've got a bunch of books, something we don't have is a bunch of levels. But I'm hoping our XP chickens over here have been working hard for us. Oh, and that they have. Look at this. We're not going to have any trouble with levels. This could take a while. There we go, much better. Well, that didn't take too long, and I think I'm just about ready to go. We've got a bunch of blocks, we've got some food, we've got a bucket of water, and of course, we've got a selection of weapons. And look at this, looting 10 and sharpness 10. That's going to do some damage. And due to the wonderful books in the game, we've also managed to get protection 10 on 3 out of our 4 pieces of armor. So I don't think this dragon fight is going to be too much trouble for us. So I guess we're good to go. Let's do this. Right, we're here, the fight is on, and hopefully Future Beardy has chosen a good song for this. There we go. The egg is in its brand new home. And with that, I think we've actually reached the end of the series now. So I hope you have enjoyed it. I've had a wonderful time. And if you want to see more little mini-series like this, then do let me know in the comments. And I'll catch you all on the next one. Bye-bye now.